Oh, hello everyone. I want to introduce myself. I burned my face, so you will not be seeing it for the near future. Son of a bitch, yes. Anyways, I want to welcome everyone. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, so let's plant some flowers and let's treat our planet Earth like our sibling and show it love with nurture over nature. Although we're nurturing the nature, so the nature is only nature because of the nurture. But it is season 2, episode 1. I don't know, man. It's 112, February 12th, fucking season 2, episode whatever. Season 2, episode 112. Ryan Seacrest is on the show, so I'm sure that's going to be new and exciting. Jesus fucking Christ. What kind of stupid. Let me guess. He's going to talk about American Idol. So the ex host is going to come and promote an ABC show on another ABC show. And here, watch a bunch of heterosexual men in drag do Golden Girls reruns on stage.
Lord Sophia.
Golden Girls, the laughs continue.
We are busy running a social media empire.
Please, Blanche. You and Rose founded Creakin', a sex app for seniors.
Loved it. One more.
Download the ABC7 Chicago News app.
It's live with Kelly and Mark. Today, we're kicking off Love Week with the familiar face we know and love. American Idol host Ryan Seacrest. Plus, if you're in love and want to stay in love, find out how to keep the spark alive. Also, the lovely co-host check in with our lovable viewers on this special edition of The Love Inbox. All next on Live. Good Monday morning. It's February 12th, 2024. It is Love Week.
Yes.
Here. Celebrating love.
It's my first love week.
Your first?
Yeah, what happens?
Oh.
So much happens.
Well, we break out the lip-shaped sofas.
Oh, no, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was really nice. You got
The
to sit on
first
it.
sign that it's
Yeah.
Love Week around.
Hey, that's Super Bowl last night. Yeah. Wow. Overtime. Wow. It was touch and go.
Was it?
It was, yeah, you fell asleep.
I did. I fell
You
asleep.
fell asleep after the concert?
I fell asleep after I tuned in for a concert.
Why does Mark always talk in this kind of a cadence? I walked out in the bare feet. It was snowing. I stepped in the snow. It was a nice little step. There was some dog poop. I remember I went to the mailman. I said, hey, there's dog poop over there. He gave me a hug. What a great game. When he talks like that, that means he's just making up shit. And notice all the stuff he says is vague. It's like, it was a great game. It went into overtime, touch and go. Both teams were in the heat of battle. And I'm talking like this. Shouldn't these people just have like their own YouTube show? And they should put something else on this during this hour. Like this video if you agree with that comment.
Wow.
Here, you're going to hear you're going to hear one of the worst con men and the worst bullshitters in the world. Let's see how Mark learned from his parents how to be full of shit as he tries to convince you, naive. He probably thinks a bunch of old women and non-sports fans watch the show, so they're going to believe anything he says, right? Because people that watch Kelly and Mark don't know shit about sports. So when I'm lying, they won't know I'm lying because they don't know any better. And if I'm not sure about something, just make it up. They're never going to know. So they're going to think, all these people that watch this show are going to think I'm a sports genius because people that love sports don't watch Kelly and Mark, right? That's what he thinks. So let's watch the loser.
Nice. Yeah. Wow. Overtime. Wow. It was touch and go.
Was it?
It was, yeah, you fell asleep.
I did. I fell asleep.
You fell asleep after the concert?
I fell asleep after I tuned in for a concert. I saw Usher. He was amazing. He was incredible.
Yep. Usher and Co.
Usher and Alicia Keys. What a nice.
You know, whenever you bring in Alicia Keys, she's
I mean,
the best.
just add Keys.
Just add Keys. And I didn't know he was such a good roller skater.
Oh yeah, that's like he's.
God, remember when we role play and you used to be Alicia Keys and I would dress up like Gloria Freeman, and I would dress up like Gloria
Keys. What a nice.
He's like, gosh, hey babe, remember when we used to role play like last year and you would dress up like Alicia Keys and I would dress up like Ruth Gator Ginsburg and I would bang my gavel on your wooden pouch.
You know, whenever you bring in Alicia Keys, she's the best.
Just add Keys.
Just add Keys.
Boom.
And I didn't know he was such a good roller skater.
Oh yeah, that's like he's like Mr.
He
Entertainment.
probably skated backwards, and like when we used to go to the skating rink, he'd be the one guy skating down speed skates.
Yes, he could skate backwards.
Yeah,
100%. You know, he was like with the girl. You know how all the girls wanted to skate with the guy that could skate backwards during the slow song. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Some of you don't know what I'm saying.
I couldn't skate backwards.
Nobody could skate backwards. Only Usher.
They won their second in a row. The Chiefs won 25-22. Overtime. They won overtime.
I slept through the whole thing.
It's the first time that a team has repeated in 20 years, and no team has ever done it 3 times in a row. So they have a chance to three-peat.
Yes.
And gosh, Mahomes.
He's the guy who is so good.
He's so good. But you know who's really great is Andy Reid, the coach. Those offensive plays, I don't even know what they're doing. You know, he coached the Eagles. He coached the Eagles.
Did he really?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, and it was a great game. It was, you know, I really enjoyed it.
I'm so impressed that you stayed awake.
Yeah, well, it's a Super Bowl.
I know, but it was like 4:00 in the morning for us.
Yes, because we went away this weekend.
Remember my birthday trip that Mark surprised me with? He was taking me to Iceland to see the Northern Lights. Remember that? Remember like way back in October? And I told you he gave me a gift that I was like truly shocked and amazed by. And like, it's not something you would ever think to do for yourself. Who gives themselves a gift of a trip? Nobody, right? And so Mark said, I'm taking you. We're going to go see the Northern Lights. It's going to be extraordinary. And we went this weekend.
To Iceland.
And then I'm going to spend the entire Sunday watching the Super Bowl while you go to sleep. So I'm going to take you all the way to Iceland so we could do the exact same thing on a Sunday we do in Manhattan. What a thoughtful guy. Like, really, that's the stupid shit he pulls. And he thinks it's probably cute and funny, and then annoys the fuck out of her. But if you don't like the heat, get out the kitchen. But this girl's like sitting there putting a sleeping bag in the kitchen and boiling water 24/7. So who's really to blame here, Kelly, for your unhappy spouse?
We're going to go see the Northern Lights. It's going to be extraordinary. And we went this weekend.
To Iceland.
Which...
The name is apropos. It really is icy.
Yes. I mean,
it's beautiful.
The resort where we stayed, I called it the Whitest Lotus.
Yes.
Because you are just surrounded.
It's unlike anything you will ever see.
I really, really believe that I have had a transcendent experience.
Oh, good.
Transcendent.
Good.
I've got a couple of pictures I'll show you, if you don't mind. Okay. So what was so funny about this place is that it's very small. It's really in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
I would tell you the names of where we were, but I can't pronounce any of the words. So we arrive, and it's the two of us, and you kind of wonder because it's a very communal space. You're in an old farmhouse.
Beautiful spa, beautiful pool.
Beautiful facilities, like just gorgeous.
Yeah, really nice.
They shot some of Murder at the End of the World there.
Yes,
you know,
the pool scene.
Yeah, the pool scene where she famously is. Yeah, that's where we were. Okay, so we arrive, and you don't know, like, we didn't really know who else is going to be there, where are they going to be from. But our first night there, Mark quickly realized that it was Mark and me and 7 other women celebrating their 40th birthday. Yeah, so Mark in an estrogen festival. And I literally looked looked at him and I said, just don't say a word and you'll be fine.
They were awesome. They were from Connecticut.
We had
Connecticut,
so
London.
much fun.
Yeah, we had
such
a really good time.
Great time.
Because you eat together at this like farm table. It's really beautiful. And the next night, guys came.
Yes.
There were some guys, my buddies, Tom and Mel and Marty.
Right.
And
Tom, Mel, and Marty.
Tom, Mel, and Marty.
Yes.
Oh, I go, guys.
Guys, you don't know what I've been through.
I missed you.
But we did amazing things that we had never done before. We snowmobiled.
Oh, fun.
I rode a snowmobile. Kelly, she goes, it's just like riding a bicycle. And right away I was like, uh-oh.
No, it's not.
It's
It's not. It's not. A bicycle has pedals that you move your feet around in a circle. Whereas a snowmobile, you just push a throttle with your thumb and the brake is on your left. So the handlebars, maybe the brake is on your left like a bicycle, but the go is with your thumb, not your feet. So it's if anything, it's more like, an ATV. It's kind of like, it's more like a motorcycle, if anything, rather than an actual bicycle.
But we did amazing things that we had never done before. We snowmobiled.
Oh, fun.
I rode a snowmobile. Kelly, she goes, it's just like riding a bicycle. And right away I was like,
It's nothing like riding a bicycle. It's like a sea-doo, like a jet ski kind of thing.
I took some other pictures. This is what's interesting about this photo is that I took this photo outside of our bedroom window at 10:30 in the morning to give you an idea of
the light situation.
There.
Wow.
And so the sun rises. When the sun rises, it sort of comes up behind the mountain and it hovers there for a couple of hours and then it just goes right back down. It's fascinating.
Yeah, they said they just got light there over the past few weeks.
Yeah,
so
they were like, you brought
dark for like 3 months.
Light. They kept saying that to us. You brought the light. And then this is the sunset. So it's really, it's just beautiful vistas. The kindest people you've ever met.
Yeah.
The Icelandic people are the kindest.
But we didn't see the Northern Lights. We went there to see the Northern Lights.
Oh, I disagree.
Bullshit.
We did see the Northern Lights in the airport.
Last I checked, the nicest people in the country were Danes and Swedes from Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. No fucking Iceland, all right? So why don't you take your lies, roll them up tight, stick them vertical, rubber cement them, cover them in rubber cement, super glue them to a chair, upright in a vertical position, open up your ugly ass, your wrinkly old ass, and sit down on them, okay? That means stick that fucking lie up your ass. Don't give me this. They're the nicest people in the world. They're not. If they were, they would give you more light and they'd offer better food than intestines and testicles and pate that they made with their fucking their genital juices, and they don't wash their hands. Their women are big. Why are their women winning like world's strongest women competitions? That's not nice for us men. That's very mean. Okay, liar.
Behind the mountain. And it hovers there for a couple of hours, and then it just goes right back down. It's fascinating.
Yeah, they said they just got light there over the past few weeks.
Yeah,
so
they were like, you brought
dark for like 3 months.
Light. They kept saying that to us. You brought the light. And then this is the sunset. So it's really, it's just beautiful vistas. The kindest people you've ever met.
Yeah.
The Icelandic people are the kindest.
But we didn't see the Northern Lights. We went there to see the Northern Lights.
Oh, I disagree. We did see the Northern Lights in the airport. The kids kept texting us, have you seen the Northern Lights yet? Not yet.
We said, do people, there's a 20% chance, there's a 30% chance, and you might see them. And then the couples that came the next night with the guys, this is their 4th trip to different parts of the world on a chasing the Northern Lights.
They actually are Northern Light chasers, which we now are.
Yeah.
We discovered.
But it's great. I was concerned that if I didn't pull off the Northern Lights, then your birthday gift wasn't going to be complete.
Oh, come on.
But it's the chase. It's and all the activities that we got to do.
And it was
just the two of us, yeah.
Just the two of us, and it was so.
Oh, and they have this pod.
Right. It's not
this
going to
isolation
be.
pod.
Right. It's not going to be a romantic vacation to Kansas if you don't see a tornado and get caught up in it. Like, what fun is it to go see a tornado and not drive towards it and get caught up and like get flung around where you might die, right?
Oh, and they have this pod. This isolation pod.
Oh, the pod.
This deprivation isopod.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That it's this big, it's like a clamshell. You get in it, and the water is about this deep, and it's warm. It's like body temperature. So, and you get in, and you close the clamshell, and it's filled with salt water. It's like salt water, and you float, and this
is us impersonating ourselves.
Yeah. I fell asleep. I was worried about drowning, but you can't. Your head can't go past like 2 inches of water because it's so buoyant.
Yeah, you're so buoyant.
Yeah.
I floated. You know me. I can't float in bodies of water. I was floating. And
it was like being back in the belly.
You remember that,
David? Since you love the snow and the ice so much.
Speaking of snow and ice, I'm sorry,
Sure,
I want to interrupt. But speaking of snow and ice, I thought I understood snow and ice. We go to Colorado, for God's sakes. We've been skiing. That's a whole Icelandic cold snow and ice is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
So they give you your own snowsuit when you get there. What do they call it?
A onesie.
A warm suit.
I call it a onesie.
So it zips up and down. And they were like, you'll be fine in this. It's very warm. I wore a snowsuit under my snowsuit. I brought my own snowsuit. I put it on, and then I put the snowsuit on top of my snowsuit, and I still felt a chill.
So funny. I love it. They're like Sonny and Cher, but like I'm crack at the Special Olympics trying to argue which way do we throw the javelin.
Yeah,
the rubber-coated javelin.
We've been upgraded to possibly 4 to 8 inches of snow here in New York City. I'm very excited. I mean, 4 to 8. Yeah, we're on the edge there, Gelman.
Yeah,
we're on the edge there.
Very iffy,
but it's coming.
But if it snows, that means we're off tomorrow, right?
Oh, rain or shine, you're
Just
like the
kidding.
post office. We're here.
We are here.
It's going to start tonight.
Yeah,
You won't
starting
be
tonight.
here. Here's what happens when it snows at the show. The audience doesn't come, and I don't blame you. I'm always impressed when you're here to begin with. Audience doesn't come, and what Mark and I get to look at is our disgruntled staff of producers who are then forced to
laugh,
sit in the audience with their computers, do their work, and occasionally go, ha.
If it snows too much, it's dangerous to get across the park, Gelman. We should do the show. We can do the show from home.
Yeah, we can walk. You guys can just walk.
We can walk.
Yeah, walk.
I've done it.
I know.
Yeah.
Put our snow boots
I've done
on.
it many times.
Well, after this weekend, we're prepared.
We are
we are
great
prepared.
snowshoes.
Yes.
We really are. Hey, listen, did you hear this? That Usher got a marriage certificate.
Oh.
He's been, I guess, engaged for a long time to Jen Gochia.
Yeah.
And they applied for a marriage license.
In the Clark County county house.
Divide.
Yeah, remember we did that?
We know it well,
Yeah,
yes.
So we don't know if they got married.
We don't know if they got married. But
I'm thinking they got married. If you apply for a license, you're in.
Well, here's the thing I know about Clark County. You can get your marriage certificate and get married within 3 minutes. We've done it.
Yeah.
It's really easy.
Well, congratulations. If you are getting married.
Clark County. Where's Clark County? LA? California?
And in Kentucky has taken a page. You know, when I run for president, one of my platforms, and I think it's crucial, will be that, you give everybody off for Super Bowl Monday. Because
I saw a couple people walking through here a little weary from last night.
of course they're weary from last night, because we should all have off. It should be a national holiday, Super Bowl Monday. And when I am your president, that will be on the agenda. That will be the first bill passed in Congress. And also, Halloween will be on Fridays. Always Friday. But a Kentucky school declares Super Bowl Monday school holiday. And good for you, Kentucky.
They're at home watching us now, maybe.
They're watching this right now.
Yeah, the kids, yeah.
Yeah. Those kids, once they are registered voters, they know who their president is. I think it's a great idea because
It's just one school, though, in Kentucky. It's not all. It's just
I
one school.
understand it's one school,
Yeah.
but you know what?
It's a
going to
start.
spread.
It's a start.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
one seed. You know what I always say? One seed becomes the Amazon. One snowflake becomes Vesuvius. And one spark can burn Hawaii like Kilimanjaro. Thank you very much.
Now listen. I don't want you to get alarmed or excited. I don't want you to scare him.
Okay.
Backstage, we have a newcomer on the scene.
Yeah,
very
he's
skittish.
talking about Ryan.
His name is Ryan
It's
Seacrest.
funny because it's not true. It's funny because it's not. It's the opposite. Do you remember at the end of the last episode, you said there's a newcomer on the scene, and then you repeated the same terrible, lame joke at the beginning of the episode? The newcomer. You actually said that last time he was on the show, so it's great to know you have one joke and you're not able to realize it's terrible, so you can't even come up with another one. And you have a whole team of like very expensive paid writers on ABC that I'm sure could get you something, but no, you're going to go with the newcomer thing 3 times in a row over 2 episodes, 1.25 episodes to be exact. That's hilarious. You're so smart.
He's very skittish. His name is Ryan Seacrest.
He looks great. He looks great. He looks rested. He looks great.
He's
He
had
grew. He got taller.
time off a Christmas.
Yeah.
It really
He looks
something.
amazing. And also, Dr. Gail Saltz is here with tips on how to keep the spark alive in your relationship. Very important. We did that this weekend. We put the spark alive this weekend.
We kept the spark.
We lit up, threw another log in the fireplace.
We sure did.
Yeah.
We sure did.
Mm-hmm.
We had so much fun.
Yeah.
Gosh, Dr. Gail is going to give us an A+, a gold star. What is it on our love passport?
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, Love Week gets underway when we hear your love stories. That's right, your love stories when we open up the special love inbox.
Is that it?
Oh, it's when we play the music. You know, we play the seductive music.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait.
All week. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
All week. All right. It's the real reason you all showed up today. I know it's not to see me and hear about Iceland. It's time to play.
Let's say hello to Lynn Damiano from Brick, New Jersey, who watches the show on WABC. Good morning, Lynn. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Where is that photo taken that you have here?
In Seattle at the Space Needle.
Oh, great view. All right. Well, you know how this game works. You've given us 2 statements. One is true, one is false. I have 60 seconds to decide which is the truth. And if you stump me, you will win this. All righty. Here are Lynn's statements. I was born on Thanksgiving. Or I met Marsha Mason in Bryant Park. Ooh. Okay, let's talk about Thanksgiving.
All right. All right. So as you guys know, I take a guess right away with no clues, no questions, no advantage. I was born on Thanksgiving. I met Marsha Mason in Bryant Park. I don't know who Marsha Mason is. So I'll just say that that's true. You met Marsha Mason in Bryant Park. Why the fuck not?
What day were you born?
Thursday.
No, I know that, but what day?
November 27th.
November 27th. Okay, so how often is your birthday on Thanksgiving?
It's very random.
You know what I would do? I would ask what year she was born in. So she said November 27th. I would ask what year, and then I would go on my iPhone calendar or my cell phone. I'd go on the calendar and swipe back. So she says I was born in 1971 or 1967. Like November, no, what'd she say? November 27th. If she said she was born in like 1967, I would go on my calendar and go all the way back to 1967, which I could do really fast. And I would, before time runs out, and I would go check and see if November 27th, 1965 7 was a Thursday. And was it in fact the 4th Thursday? Because if it's not, right there you busted her. Because there's no rules against him using a prop or using his phone. I don't think so, but I don't remember hearing it, Your Honor.
November 27th.
November 27th. Okay, so how often is your birthday on Thanksgiving?
It's very random. It's very, very random. Sometimes, I think the first time I was 11, and then maybe 3 years later, and then maybe not for 15 years. It's very random.
Okay, got it. So you weren't born on Thanksgiving. It
It
at
just
11
happened to be
happened.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, was that a bummer when you had Thanksgiving on your birthday?
No, but usually we celebrate Thanksgiving we celebrate my birthday on Thanksgiving anyway.
Okay, well, tell us about Marsha Mason. What's your favorite Marsha Mason movie?
Oh my God, The Goodbye Girl, everyone, everything. I'm in love with her.
Give me one.
Okay, let's go with The Goodbye Girl.
Yeah.
Goodbye Girl, yeah. Yeah, was she lovely? I'm assuming she was lovely in Bryant Park.
She was nasty.
So we really didn't talk.
Oh.
We really didn't talk. It was the Christmas Village, and I had a seat, and I knew she was in disguise. I knew it was her. She had a big hat on, big glasses, and she was looking for a seat, and I signaled that she could sit at our table, and she sat, and I didn't bother her or talk to her, and when I left, I just said, have a nice night.
Okay, so met is kind of a loose word, met.
Exactly.
We'll go to lawyers. We'll talk to lawyers about that one. See how this. I'm already appealing this one, Gelman.
Well, I know you're going to think that because she went on and on talking and talking, that's a sign that she's lying and she's trying really hard to get you to believe the lie. And of course, is she doing that on purpose? But let's just say she isn't. I don't think she's going on and on because it's a subconscious thing that she's not aware she's doing, where she's lying, but she's trying hard to get you to believe the lie. I honestly think she just wants to tell that story, and time ran out. So when time runs out and you ask her a story, she doesn't get time to tell it. She wants to tell the story. But the thing is, do you think that if time runs out, that if this was the truth, she'd be like, oh, sweet, time ran out, I don't have to answer his question, so now it's up in the air. But when time runs out and you volunteer to tell a story, it's because it's a lie. But I think she just wanted to tell the story. And it's quite a very beautiful lie. If everything she told was very on point, it felt authentic. So I'm going to stick with my original guess. I don't think she was talking extra on purpose, trying to make you believe her lie. And I don't think she was purposely doing it to throw you off. I think she just genuinely was answering your question. And it just so happens that time runs out because you take forever. Kelly tries to make a stupid joke, and they go too long on the first story. So I'm going to say that I met Marsha Mason in Bryant Park is the truth. Like I said before, with no help and no advantage. He had the advantage. I bet he's going to say Thanksgiving, and he'll be wrong, and I'll be right. And if it is, you have to like the video and send me $1 million on Venmo to start my strip club where I'm the only dancer.
I knew it was her. Big hat on, big
and the
glasses.
bartender. And all my drinks are Jello shots.
Signaled that she could sit at our table, and
I call them Huxtablinis. Fat Albert.
Bother her or talk to her.
I recommend the Fat Albert.
Okay, so met is kind of a loose word, met.
And now this girl's talking all fast too. What about the speed of her storytelling? Does that matter?
Bother her or talk to her. And when I left, I just said, have a nice night.
Okay, so met is kind of a loose word, met.
Exactly.
We'll go to lawyers. We'll talk to lawyers about that one. See how this. I'm already appealing this one, Gelman. All right, Lynn, you seem like a turkey kind of girl. When I think of you, I think about stuffing and turkey and mashed taters.
Dude,
and pumpkin.
that is so improper. Your wife's right there. Why are you going to talk about stuffing her turkey? Because I know you don't mean food. You mean penis.
Lawyers about that one. See how this. I'm already appealing this one, Gelman. All right, Lynn, you seem like a turkey kind of girl. When I think of you, I think about stuffing.
Your vagina.
And mashed taters and pumpkin pie and gravy. That's what I think about. So
That's what you think about
I think
when
about,
you think about Lynn?
Yeah, she's from Brick, New Jersey. She's from Brick. Good wrestlers in Brick. All right. So I think that the true statement is that you were born on Thanksgiving.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you.
I rescind my appeal.
See, my initial thought was when I'm like, I don't know who Marsha Mason is, so that's obviously a lie because no one would brag about that unless it was a lie. But I just wanted to answer quick because I'm crunched for time. It's Friday.
But they always say,
and I got to go to my aerobics class. Yeah, that's terrible. All right.
I rescind my appeal.
I think I'm like 17 for the last 28 now. 17 for 20.
Appeal.
But you always say that there's a truth to the false statement.
Yes.
I saw her on the subway.
You saw on the subway. Oh. Well, I'm glad you had that. I'm glad you had that moment with her.
Did you talk to her at all?
No, I just like whispered as she passed me because I was getting on and she was getting off, and I said, "Oh, she's nice," and I like whispered and she winked at me behind my glasses.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you had that. But I'm also upset that you didn't win the mug or the T-shirt.
No, you're not. That's
But
a lie.
hey, listen, you still have a chance. You have a great chance to win a valuable trip. It's time for Warm It Up Travel Trivia.
That's Becky Dawson from Columbus, Ohio. Becky, you remind us of one of our girlfriends.
Oh, really?
You literally just became one of our
Oh my God.
Yes.
Is she sick?
For a minute there, I thought she said, you remind us of our illiterate girlfriends. You remind us of one of our girlfriends. She's illiterate. That's what I thought she said.
That's Becky Dawson from Columbus, Ohio. Becky, you remind us of one of our girlfriends.
Oh, really?
You literally just became one of
Oh
our
my
girlfriends.
God.
Yes.
Is she Sarah?
No, she's
Oh, no.
but
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, but
Yeah.
you're on the right track. You are on the right track. Okay, Deja, spin the wheel to see what Lynn's playing for, will you?
Fantastic. So, let's go down here. Let's go down here. And this is where I'm going to dance like the girl. And I try to imitate the way she dances, and you get to rate me on 1 to 100. Unfortunately, because my computer wire's messed up, if I turn the computer, I might not be able to get it back to where it's charging. And then it might run out of juice because the battery is like this computer's old. It's cheap. The battery is not only a cheap battery to begin with, but it runs fast because it's just an old computer, and the battery like goes from 100 to 0 in like 40 minutes. So, well, that's fun. Oh boy. So you'll just be able to hear me. I don't think you can see me up here. Yeah, you're not going to be able to. Can I go over here and dance?
Literally just became one of our.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Is she Sarah?
No, she's
Oh, no.
But
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, but
Yeah.
you're on the right track. You are on the right track. Okay, Deja, spin the wheel to see what Lynn's playing.
No. Is she Sarah? Yeah, that's a girl I would date.
You had that. I'm glad you had that moment with her.
Did you talk to her at all?
I just like whispered as she passed me because I was getting on and she was getting off, and I said, "Oh, she's nice," and I like whispered and she winked at me behind my glasses.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you had that. But I'm also upset that you didn't win the mug or the T-shirt.
No, you're not. That's
But
a lie.
hey, listen, you still have a chance. You have a great chance to win a valuable trip. It's time for Warm It Up Travel Trivia. Valuable trip. It's time for Warm It Up Travel Trivia.
1, 2, 5,
That's Becky Dawson from Columbus, Ohio. Becky, you remind us of one of our girlfriends.
Oh, really?
You literally just became one of our girls.
God.
Yes.
Is she Sarah?
No, she's Sarah. But
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, but you're on the right track. You are on the right track. Okay, Deja, spin the wheel to see what Lynn's playing for, will you?
I know what Lynn's playing for. Lynn is playing for a new heart because she just got hers broken by Mark Ripa.
Girlfriends.
Oh, really?
You literally just became one of our girls.
God.
Yes.
Is she Sarah?
No, she's
Oh, no.
But
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, but you're on the right track. You are on the right track. Okay, Deja, spin the wheel to see what Lynn's playing for, will you? Okay, you're playing for a trip for two to the Fairmont Maya Cova Resort in Riviera Maya, Mexico. 7 days, 6 nights. It's all inclusive. That means it includes what, Mark?
All the vaginas.
Yeah. It's a prize valued at $9,400. You have 20 seconds and only one guess. Good luck, Lynn.
All right, Lynn, here we go. Last week, we talked with Camila Mendez.
Yes.
In what city did she say
Vancouver.
Camila lived for 7 years?
Vancouver.
I'm on vacation and I couldn't watch it.
Oh my God, it's Vancouver because that's where she was dancing as a stripper during the nighttime hours to pay for her expensive hotel room. Because Bill Clinton was visiting her, the Diane Lane suite. That's right. But what's the girl's name? Camila. She was in Vancouver, British Columbia.
Camila lived for 7 years.
Canada.
I'm on vacation and I couldn't watch it. I was hoping it was
Vancouver.
Diane Lane.
It's
I have
Vancouver.
no idea. Camila Mendez. I have no. What city did she live for 7 years? Oh my God. I have no idea. None.
Sorry, you ran out of time. It was Vancouver. It's where we shot Riverdale for 7 years.
Right.
Sorry.
Right.
It's okay.
Thank you. I know I'm on vacation. I'm sitting out here. I'm in Singer Island, Florida. I don't even know for anything.
But you were already on vacation, so
That's right.
who needs another trip? I mean, that's the positive spin.
Yeah.
No, that's what you were thinking. Listen, Lynn, there's great news. You're going to be entered into our grand prize drawing for a Caribbean vacation valued at approximately $14,000. And now you and a lucky member of our studio audience will each receive a Roomba vacuum cleaner from iRobot. So please pick a number between 1 and 133.
10.
10.
What is she doing there? She's supposed to be making me wontons. She's fired. I told her to stop sneaking out and go to daytime talk shows, but she doesn't listen. This is nuts. Oh boy, she's going to pay. I'm fining her 20% of her income for the next 6 months. Oh, come on, man. This is bullshit, man. Top left, man. Look at this, 22 minutes. I bet the fucking thing's going on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all in the frame, all women. And I bet Mark, oh, look, there's a guy. There's a guy. Sorry to you, sir. In all fairness, though, you do kind of look like my 7th grade librarian, Miss Pedersen. Not Patterson, not Peterson, Pedersen. I think she's like French Canadian or something, like Sweden or something. But I bet Mark thinks that all those girls know nothing about football. So when he makes stuff up, they're just going to believe him. And they clearly look like they're very knowledgeable about sports and recreational, anything that involves burning calories, except for the one in the top left. She's got like Mickey Mouse. I think she knows nothing about sports. She probably thinks the curling in the event curling in the Olympics has to do with like, you know, who can use a curling iron to straighten their hair in the quickest amount of time. She looks like a Mendoza. There they are. All the football fans around the world.
Dr. Gail Saltz is here with tips on how to keep the spark alive in your relationship. And coming up next, Seacrest. You give.
They put all the football fans on the left, all the non-football fans on the right. And who chooses? Do they fill out a survey? No. You know who chooses who's a football fan? It's Mark. He racial profiles them.
Welcome back, everybody. Don't forget on tomorrow's show, James Krakowski is here.
And from Abbott Elementary, Janelle James.
And we continues with more from you when we open up our love inbox. Okay.
Oh, he's peeking out. That's what I was wondering what someone said, but
we continues with more from you when we open up our love inbox. Okay.
He wants to hurry it up.
No, honey, we're not hurrying it up. Go backstage and you can come out. You know, Mark, I was just reminiscing about it. What better way to kick off Love Week around here with one of the loves of our lives? He's a fan.
Before we introduce our first guest, we'd like to go review the first 6 books of the Old Testament of the Bible in Hebrew and in English. Times New Roman? Is that it? No, it wasn't King James. It was just...
What better way to kick off Love Week around here with one of the loves of our lives? He's a fan favorite in this neck of the woods. Really Please welcome Ryan Seacrest.
Oh, did you see that shit? Look at that. He sits there. These people are not interested in touching him at all. And he just starts high-fiving. He's just like, everyone's going to love me. I'll start high-fiving everyone. One person, like, backs away from him. And I think the second person, the guy, like, reluctantly, like, out of pity, sticks his hand out. Because just, like, almost like he felt like he was going to get whacked if he didn't. Watch at the very end, the two people. They're very much not interested in slapping Ryan's stinky poontang hand. It probably smells like Colton Underwood. Right here, coming up. Look. He hugs Gelman, then watch this girl in the red sweater. She does nothing. The other guy's like looking up at the sky like, screw you. Almost as if like when he worked there, almost like those two worked there. When he worked there, he was like really mean to them. And so now he's like back, and now that he knows they're on camera, so they have to act nice. So he's like, hey, high five. Oh, we get along. And they're like, screw you. You know, the people that he abused, those are the two people that will be filing a lawsuit against him in about 8 years for $100 million for giving him grapefruit juice laced with some Cosby drug.
Here's the
You
thing.
guys changed the
No, we're not gonna do this where you try to take over the interview.
I wanted to ask you a couple questions about your weekend.
No.
You sent me some photos. It looked
We
lovely.
did. We
One looked
were-
uncomfortable.
We were, the first person we sent a photo to of the Whitest Lotus was Ryan Seacrest, because I said to him, this is your kind of place.
Oh, yeah, it was great. You needed a wingman.
Well, you would have loved it because it was us and a girls' trip.
Yeah.
And I thought,
all of the things you talk about,
Right.
like I love those food conversations. Yeah, the food
was
right. You sent me a picture of just a bone. I don't know if you showed it or not, but just a bone. All I saw was a bone. No meat, just a bone.
it was just, everything was very, very right up your alley. I could
I'll put it on the
see-
list.
Yes, it's going on your list for sure.
What's great to see you.
So what do you-
Week.
Mark was saying that he thinks you look taller.
So I have to tell you a secret. I've been watching the show.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are great. There's a real future in this.
You think there's a future between us?
I think, and between you, you're going to make it.
Okay.
And I keep noticing these shoes that you wear with a heel.
Yeah.
And so went to the store and got heeled shoes.
You guys,
Just for today.
Wait, I have a question.
your heel is a little bit higher than mine. It's got more.
I got a little more. But I know because I measured it on the screen.
You measure on the screen. You have that app.
I wanted to come in with some real power here, Mark.
You have.
Why do either one of you think you're wearing heels?
Because I can barely walk in these things. So my feet are sore at the end of the day.
That just looks like a shoe with the bottom on it.
Well, it's
This is a normal.
Ryan can't walk in those because he's never walked in those before. Ryan is only used to walking in like 3-inch heels with a wig and makeup on. His persona, Shauna Crestry.
That just looks like a shoe with the bottom on it.
Well,
This is a normal heel.
I'm wearing a heel.
Yeah. Well, to us, this is helpful.
Yes, very helpful.
So, Ryan, you're here for Love Week.
It's my favorite week.
I know it is. What do you miss most about Love Week?
Reading those emails at the end of the show.
Oh, really? Well, listen.
With the music and the music we play.
The porno music.
Oh.
Yes.
It's what inspires me for the year.
Hey Ryan. Let me ask you a question, Ryan. What's the most romantic gesture you've ever done for someone?
Well, Mark, let me lower my voice. On Love Week. There's so many to choose from, Mark. I'll tell you one thing. It was kind of I don't know if this is romantic or a dumb thing, but I remember watching Thomas Crown Affair for the first time. And
Okay, we can lower the music a little. I can barely hear Ryan.
So when Thomas Crown, Pierce Brosnan, meets Rene Russo at the little beach place, and he has like things in her sizes in the closet because it was a surprise trip, and the green juice that she likes for the next day. I thought that's really thoughtful and romantic, and so I did a sort of a junior varsity version of that one.
Only you made yourself the Rene Russo.
Yeah, only I was single and did it for me. Turns out I had all my sizes.
You're around music your entire life, your whole entire career. Do you have a favorite love song?
You know what? I like that Foreigner song. I want to know what love. I want you to, and I want to feel it. I want to feel love.
Can you sing a little bit more on that?
I want to know what love is.
I want you to show me.
Yeah, that one.
And I want to feel it too, Mom.
Yeah, I feel it. I like that one song by Multiply. I'm all out of love.
Give it to me, so I can do it.
I'm all out of love.
I'm so lost without you.
Living without you.
Are you?
I am letting these matchups.
Air Supply.
I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I needed you here, but you were just so long, and then you were far. And I'm gonna pull you right back on my lap and have a baby in 9 months. And then the piano comes in, and then you start twerking. Miley Cyrus is like, hey, y'all, what's up? This is the Miley Cyrus remix. And I'm sitting there saying, I'm all in love. I don't know where it is. It's not in Australia. It's not in Tennessee. Hey, y'all.
Are you?
I am letting these matchups.
Air Supply. I love the greatest hits.
Yeah.
Speaking of love lives, any new additions to your family that you want to talk to us about?
I do.
You have a new love in your life?
Yes, we have a new puppy named OLIO. Tutto bene, OLIO?
He's an Italian dog?
Yes, he's Italian.
He's big Italian.
Yes, he loves marinara, and he's named after olive oil. Color of olive oil.
And look at how they are.
Now, Georgia, what did Georgia think about this new edition?
Georgia rolled her eyes, and now they're close.
It keeps them young.
That's
It
right.
keeps the older dogs young.
Georgia's getting up there, and so I wanted to.
Yeah. Now this Olio. Does OLIO truffle hunt? Is this one of your truffle hunting dogs? This is my impersonation of a truffle dog.
Is that what they do? Olio is not. I haven't entered Olio into the school yet, or the training up for that yet. But I don't know. Language school, truffle hunting.
Does Olio speak English at all?
Dogs don't speak.
Well, they understand.
You know what I'm saying.
So do I say?
Vieni qui.
Yeah. No. Parla poco italiano. I say that, and he just shrugs. He doesn't speak Italian. I don't command him in Italian.
You don't command him.
Yeah. I should. That's a big mistake. What's go to sleep?
Vai a letto. Vai a dormire.
Vai a letto, Olio.
Yeah, vai.
Mi amor.
Mi amor.
That's actually, vai a letto is like you're asking the dog to come to bed.
Go to bed. No, go to bed. Vai a letto. Go to bed.
Vai a letto.
Yeah, go to your bed.
Okay.
All right. When we return, Ryan tells us about a very special reunion on American Idol. Stick around.
Olio. Olio, get to the peanut butter. Olio, get to the peanut butter, Olio. Olio, unzip the pants. Unzip the pants, Olio. Olio, lick the balls. Lick the balls, Olio. Lick the burro. No, Olio. Chupa el burro de minutos. Mi bolos. Olio. Olio. Chupa el burro and for me testiculos.
Or pay over time with 0% interest for 84 months. This
Casino, New Buffalo, Tesla, Rock, the multi-platinum rock band returns. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Tesla, Time to Rock Tour 2024.
feels good to be home. Ashley's President's Day sale is going on now. This weekend, shop like a VIP and get 25% off your entire purchase. Or pay over time with 0% interest for 84 months. This weekend only at Ashley.
How did you end up here from there?
I went through a really tough injury, and so
What happened to you?
I tore a bunch of stuff. I wasn't able to walk for so long. That's where music kind of came in and saved me. My grandma is the reason why I'm here. I really didn't believe in myself at all music-wise, and she's the reason why I have any confidence at all to be in this room.
In case you didn't know, baby, I'm crazy about you.
That's really cool. He's an NFL player who never sang in front of people before.
It's
and
incredible.
He comes out and he's just never done it, but he's a hard worker, right? He's got that work ethic.
Of course.
That's the point for me. It's like, what is so special about doing this after 2 decades? Everybody's got a unique story.
No, but that's a really unique story.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of really tugs at your heartstrings. And
There's another one. There's a woman named McKenna whom we meet. She's from Arizona, and she's adopted. She tells the story, and she's never met her birth family. And we organize it so her birth family could come and watch her audition and surprise her and see her for the first time in person. It's very, very moving. I mean, I cry, as you know, at a lot. I couldn't stop on this.
How's the talent pool this year?
It's very good. And what's interesting, Mark, is that every year that goes by, the 15-year-olds and the 16-year-olds
Killing it.
are crushing it. We have a 15-year-old named Tristan, who's a country singer. A couple years ago, he and his mom were without a home, and he's trying to make a change for their life, for them. And he's 15 years old, but he's got the soul of a 40-year-old. He's incredible.
incredible is right. And I think they're getting younger and younger and better because American Idol so many years ago started this platform that people may have had talent and not known what to do with it, because moving to Hollywood and auditioning or trying to get a record deal seems so impossible, improbable, and this is really
Or they just couldn't afford it. They couldn't afford to go out there. Or they did go, and then they had to move back after 6 months because they couldn't keep a job or couldn't get a job. Or, and when you had the initial ones, You know, it's like, oh, we're in Chicago, we're in New York, we're in here. Even if you're like to like Virginia or Tampa, like what about the people that live in Arkansas? If they can't afford to drive to Tampa, you know.
Moving to Hollywood and auditioning or trying to get a record deal seemed so impossible, improbable, and this has really opened up a whole new world of talent out there.
And they grow up seeing the show, watching the show at 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, saying, I want to do that one day. I know. The parents are younger than I am now.
For old time's sake, just for old time's sake, will you stick around and do the love box? The love.
Oh yeah, you got it. As a matter of fact, I feel like just the two of you should.
Yeah.
Don't forget, American Idol premieres Sunday, the 18th on ABC. Come back to find out how to keep the love alive in your relationship.
Tomorrow live, Karaoke.
You know, Kelly's like, you know, I still remember that night 5 years ago. I still remember that night 5 years ago when we were in Reno when you guys had a little too much to drink. You guys were trying to just slip me a Mickey and you drank it yourselves. You guys were all over. I still got the picture too. I'll show the National Enquirer, damn it. I'll show TMZ. I'll sell it. And I'll buy a little house for me in Yonkers.
Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood
I'll
sugar.
go rent a studio apartment in Staten Island with that money. Yeah, your tongue. Everyone, you tell everyone you cut that on like a piece of glass because you were eating glass in Vegas. I know what it was. You experimented with a glass rubber, didn't you? Yeah.
Most proud of giving you hope.
Welcome back. All right. This week we celebrate love, and here with advice on keeping love alive, please welcome back Dr. Gail Saltz.
Dr. Gail is one of the loves of my life. Yes,
we love
she
you.
really is. So, what do you say to couples that need to work on keeping the spark or losing the spark?
I think it's helpful to know, first of all, why you need to keep the spark. And that is the bad news, which is a year after marriage, couples are satisfied about 86% of them.
Mm-hmm.
After 7 years of marriage, only 50%. And about half of couples will eventually divorce. 10% separate and 7% remain chronically unhappy. So 2/3 of couples are not doing so well. Here's the good news. Love, like all emotions, is a neurochemical experience in the brain. And there's been a lot of research to show how you can pump up love, which is really what you want to do in keeping long-term satisfaction. You need to work on skills that basically what I like to say is bring in the tingles.
Bring in the tingles. I love that. And since it is the season of love, Dr. Gail has filled this fishbowl with hearts that hold the key to keeping love alive. I'm going to go first, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
This is so pretty, by the way. Change your approach.
That's right.
Must have been maybe, could have been anywhere between 60 and 90 people scattered across the beach. I don't know.
And since it is the season of love, Dr. Gail.
She's going to have some advice. I love Dr. Gail with that perm. Does she know it's not the 1970s anymore?
Stuff, but you're focused on the bad stuff. And we can't really change each other that much. You can change yourself, but you can't change your partner that much.
I put the seat down now.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
This is so pretty, by the way.
What the hell is going on now, people?
Doing so well. Here's the good news.
Now, because of the World Wide Web, you can cheat on your spouse and bust that nut and get it out of your system and lie to your wife or husband and still be married to them without having to worry about having redundant bad sex with their old bodies. You can hire hookers online and it's completely anonymous. It's young. You can just jerk off in front of them on a camera. And these girls can be as young as 18. It's legal and you'll never know their real name and vice versa. So that's the great news.
With hearts that hold the key to keeping love alive. I'm going to go first, if that's okay. Absolutely. Right?
Yeah. All right. And so now I'm going to invite you to pick names out of a heart of young people that you both can have sex with and or masturbate in front of over a webcam to make sure you guys don't get divorced, because obviously everyone loves you because of your authenticity.
Yes, he really is.
I can't believe I said that with a straight
face. What do you
face.
say to couples that need to work on keeping the spark or losing the spark?
I think it's helpful to know, first of all, why you need to keep the spark. And that is the bad news, which is a year after marriage, couples are satisfied about 86% of them. Mm-hmm. After 7 years of marriage, only 50%. And about half of couples will eventually divorce. 10% separate and 7% remain chronically unhappy. So 2/3 of couples are not doing so well. Here's the good news.
Now, because of the World Wide Web, you can cheat with hookers and hide it from your spouses.
There's been a lot of research to show how you can pump up love, which is really what you want to do in keeping long-term satisfaction. You need to work on skills that basically what I like to say is bring in the tingles.
Okay, so how about when you say pump up the love, all you're talking about is getting the dick hard. All this stuff of doing practice and homework and blah, no. Here's the great news. Pills. That's what the good news is. She just means now guys can take ED medication and they can get their dick up artificially. They don't have to try to like stare at your naked body when you're like 57 and all the wrinkles and stretch marks and then try to lie to you and tell you like, oh, you know, I want to make love to you. You're so hot and sexy, baby. Just like you looked the day we were married. Like, come on. No. And then you're thinking while you're doing the deed, or at least trying to like, God, will she know I'm lying? Like, is she going to like not serve me dinner, or like, what's going to happen? Is she going to be mad at me? Is she going to give me the cold shoulder? Am I going to sleep? Does she know I was lying? And she's just not telling me? Like, and then it's a whole thing. And then it snowballs. Now you could just take pills, close your eyes, and you could put a pair of VR goggles on, and you could actually look at any young, beautiful woman from around the world and actually be in physical contact with your wife. So it's the best of both worlds. That's what you really mean. Isn't that right? Isn't that right?
Yes, she really is. So what do you say to couples that need to work on keeping the spark or losing the spark?
I think it's helpful to know, first of all, why you need to keep the spark. And that is the bad news, which is a year after marriage, couples are satisfied about 86% of them. Mm-hmm. After 7 years of marriage, only 50%. And about half of couples will eventually divorce. 10% separate and 7% remain chronically unhappy. So 2/3 of couples are not doing so well. Here's the good news.
Men can now take a pill that gets their dick hard within minutes, and they don't have to look at your nasty ass body.
To show how you can pump up love, which is really what you want to do.
By putting a pill in your mouth and pumping up your penis. And your wife won't cheat on you. You won't end up on Dateline because her lover killed you and all this crazy nonsense.
The tingles, I love that. And since it is the season of love, Dr. Gail has filled this fishbowl with hearts that hold the key to keeping love alive. I'm going to go first, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. This is so pretty, by the way. Change your approach.
That's right.
Role play.
70% of couples spend time arguing about what they don't like about their partner and trying to change their partner. But let's be real. You picked each other, right? You picked each other from the start. Right. There was a lot of good stuff, but you're focused on the bad stuff. And we can't really change each other that much. Mm-hmm. You can change yourself, but you can't change your partner that much.
I put the seat down now after 27 years.
You changed.
Yeah, I changed. I put it down.
you have to inject the good stuff, and that's what we're about now.
Here we go.
Okay.
Focus on excitement.
That's a biggie. So excitement causes arousal,
and when you get aroused, you want to focus. So focus on your wife's vaginal moisture. And it's important to also focus on your man's penis and the balls. The more shriveled they are, the more aroused he is. If the dick is hard but the balls are droopy, he's not that aroused. He probably just has to urinate, or as I like to call it, the tinkles. And if you can't urinate, you have to piss. And if you can't piss, you can also call it tinkles. What do you have to say about that, Kelly? He probably has to urinate, or as I call it, the tinkles.
That basically what I like.
They're tinkles.
Bring in the tinkles. I love that.
Yes,
and since it is the season.
She loves urination. Give me a golden shower. You know, my nickname in high school used to be Golden Shower because of my hair. But, honey, your hair was red back then. Shut up.
Together from the start, right? There was a lot.
It was strawberry blonde.
A lot of good stuff, but you're focused on the bad stuff, and we can't really change each other that much. You can change yourself, but you can't change your partner that much.
I put the seat down now after 27 years.
You changed.
Yep, I did.
But you have to inject the good stuff, and that's what we're about now.
Yes. Inject the good stuff. Injecting the good stuff is injecting semen into the uterus. Or try the asshole. Don't knock it till you try it. A lot of couples are trying anal sex with toys. Ryan Seacrest has been practicing anal sex for a long time. Why do you think people still think he's 30 years old? It's semen. Semen masks, a little avocado will do you great, but mostly semen. And if you pull out a little scoop of fudge out of the cave and you give it in, it's so much cheaper than a mud mask. It's more healthy. It's like basting a hamburger with beef tallow. You want to put your own insides on your outsides. That's the best way to keep it going. All right. Hey, Mark, why don't you go in and pull out some fancy little sex thing you can do on my waterbed tonight while I videotape you for my OnlyFans? And remember the tinkles.
You have to inject the good stuff. And
inject the good stuff.
Here we go.
Okay.
Inject the good
Focus
stuff.
on excitement.
That's a biggie.
Like your penis. This girl's all over the place.
Arousal in the body.
Whoa.
And whoever you're with when you're excited, that arousal gets attached to them. That's why, like on The Bachelor and Bachelorette, they dangle you from a cliff. They send you up in a hot air balloon because it makes you excited about the other person. I practice what I preach. We have a picture, actually, of a recent trip that I took with my spouse.
Photoshop.
There it is. Of 35 years, because we do exciting things sometimes. So pleasant is fine, but you really
and I'll tell you, going on those whitewater raftings is very fun. But the exciting thing we did is we 69'd each other on top of some jagged rocks. I have scars on my ass forever, but it's well worth it when you make that intimate connection inside. Inject the good stuff and sprinkle, or as I like to call it, tinkles. He put his tinkles all over. He's put his tinkles all over my dry bush, and then we made sweet 69 on top of the rocks. We got suntan all over. It hurt like hell to sleep for 4 months, and we have scars to remember the memories, not to be reminded of the pain, but to remember the memories. Remember that, God. And I just fell in love with him all over again. Look at that. Look at my face.
Pleasant is fine.
I have a little vibrator inside of me at that moment, and he is pushing a button right here in his right hand, and I am just going nuts. It's called the rabbit hopper.
Because we do exciting things sometimes. So pleasant is fine, but you really want to go for exciting. You guys, this weekend, you're very exciting this weekend. And it makes you aroused about each other.
Yeah.
Yes, that is very true. Okay, I'm going to pick again. Work at it.
Work at it.
That's right. So look, these things we're talking about today, they don't just happen. Love habituates. you over time, the thing that excited you in the beginning gets boring. So really, you have to inject these things to create that feeling as you go. And it does take work.
All right, when we come back, we've got more tips with Dr. Gail for keeping love alive.
It's your Morbid Up Web Trivia. You can have a chance to get the Roomba i3 Plus and Idaho Power. Go to livewithkellyandmark.com to enter today.
On to next.
Most Americans don't judge adults who still live with their parents.
This audience does.
Jane Krakowski and Abbott Elementary's Janelle James.
Wait a minute, wasn't Janelle James supposed to be on this show? Oh, I guess not.
Dr. Gail Saltz, she's giving us some great advice on how to keep the spark alive in our relationships.
Get back the tingles.
Yeah, the tingles. All the feels.
The element of surprise.
That's right, and you were just alluding to that earlier. So as I said, you can get bored, right? But surprise also creates arousal, right? And so you want to inject things that are unexpected. They help create that tingly feeling between you. So what you had an experience in Iceland where you were like, we were going to do this, but let's just pivot. We'll do this other thing. But it could be something small, like you just walk in and recite a poem. You just put a sheet out in the living room, and like now dinner's going to be a picnic. Like what's something unexpected,
very
simple but unexpected that creates those tingles.
If you recited a poem to me, I would actually die of a heart
If I
attack.
did the laundry, tonight, honey, I'm going to do the laundry.
If you did the laundry, I would drop it dead.
Very surprising.
Do something novel.
That's right. So newness stokes the neurotransmitter dopamine, and dopamine is reward and bonding. So when you do something new together, again, it creates that feeling of bonding with your partner. Anything new.
Yeah, it's really true. We did a lot of new things, and we are
Makes you feel closer.
Yes.
Do something difficult together.
Okay, you know how when you do something hard, just even yourself, you feel mastery. You feel like, man, I got it going on. Like when you do it as a team, you feel that way about yourselves as a couple. So like, play another couple in Trivial Pursuit.
Kelly knows all about doing things hard. Not only does Kelly know about doing things that are hard, so does Ryan Seacrest. And coincidentally, that hard thing is Mark Consuelos. After one of Betsy Shepard's cocktails.
Neurotransmitter dopamine, and dopamine is reward and bonding. So when you do something new together, again, it creates that feeling of bonding with your partner. Anything new.
Yeah, it's really true. We did a lot of new things, and we are
Makes you feel closer.
Yes.
Do something difficult together.
Okay, you know how when you do something hard, just even yourself, you feel mastery. You feel like, man, I got it going on. Like when you do it as a team, you feel that way about yourselves as a couple. So like, play another couple in Trivial Pursuit or
tennis.
Tennis together as a couple.
We did that?
Yes, we lost.
We lost.
Or like we were in it together.
But it was great.
Refinish a piece of furniture and go, look at what we
Raise 3 kids.
did. Raise 3 kids.
Thank you, Dr. Gail. Go to KMark.com for all of this great advice and more. Next, Ryan is back, and we're going to open up that love.
We're going to Vegas, baby. All begin. And you can come with us. Just visit our website and get your tickets for February 26th and 27th. This is your chance to see us live in Las Vegas. So hurry, get your tickets now.
I was just gonna ask, what about raising children? Does that work?
You'll find cool cars and a whole lot more.
Change. Presentations change, tastes change, sizes change, but reliability Reliability is constant, always thoughtful, working 24/7, 365, year after year after year. That's how LG appliances are made to be. America's most reliable line of home appliances for years running. Because reliability is timeless. Reliability is LG.
To see the full line of LG products, shop and act. Pleasing people since 1936.
You know, Sports Illustrated is going out of business, and one of the last charity things they wanted to do was was to put Patrick Mahomes' wife in a bathing suit and photograph her for one of their issues as an act of goodwill, hoping that God might give him a break. Because, and of course, this is all in acceptance for her new girlfriend Taylor Swift's $10 million charity donation to make her feel pretty. It's almost like when one of the people with Down syndrome like wants to be on the football team, so they put the kid up in like a bunch of pads and a helmet and stuff in a jersey, and then they hand off the ball, and then everyone moves in super slow motion, and the offensive and defensive line splits like the Red Sea, and the little kid with the Down syndrome starts like running all wobbly, like starts wobbling all very slow and awkward, and everyone's going after him, and they're like 2 inches away from him, but no one's going to tackle him. They just can't get him because he's so fast. Like they all got shit in their underpants, and then they all dive and miss, and then he scores a touchdown. That's what they're doing with Brittany Mahomes. Except, you know, they're putting her on a bikini and telling her she's pretty. And she really believes it. Like, Mom, I scored a slam dunk. Yeah. The only thing you're going to be dunking are Munchkin Donuts inside that loose-ass Grand Canyon of yours. You ever toss a toothpick into the Grand Canyon?
Because reliability is timeless. Reliability is LG. To see the full line of LG products, shop and act. Pleasing people since 1936.
Sandals Winter Blue Sale is now on for a limited time. Visit sandals.com or call 1-800-SANDALS.
You wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. We're going to Disneyland!
I'm standing by for the
Yeah, no, this is your kid.
give the light, and here we go. It's Love Week.
All right, now turn them back on. We look horrible.
Turn them on. So this is the Love Inbox. We've got some entries from those of you watching. Shall I start with Amber Nano? We met on New Year's Eve. Can I have the music? Yeah. When I was a waitress, he came back to my restaurant right before midnight to wait for me to get off work so he could introduce himself.
Oh, yeah.
It was absolutely love at first sight. We celebrate 15 years this July. Congratulations.
Great improv, Kelly.
This is from Jackie Dreckup from St. Augustine, Florida. We met at a bar.
Yes.
Started living together. And one night, as we were doing our wash at the laundromat,
Oh, yeah.
he asked me to marry him during the rinse cycle.
Oh, the rinse cycle. Yes, that
We've been together for 45 years.
Pat Gatos from Fort Myers, Florida says 40 years, 4 kids, 12 grandkids. He's hot. Always says and has done, greatest gift you can give your children is to the love of their mother. I don't know what that means, but yes.
But it was very breathy. Nice, very breathy. That's all it counts.
Yes.
Let's see. This is Janice Rosenberg Kane from Gainesville, Florida.
I like watching you lean back over the lips to try to read this without the glasses.
Well, thank goodness the font is large, gentlemen. It's your size. We met a nurse. We met at a nursing home in Philadelphia in 1968. He was a 16-year-old orderly, and I was a 14-year-old candy striker. This December, we celebrate 50 years of marriage. We've been in love.
And now we have candy stripers feeding us pudding and orderlies wiping our ass. Love. Full circle, motherfuckers.
16-year-old orderly, and I was a 14-year-old candy striker. This December, we celebrate 50 years of marriage. We've been in love since the very beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Margaret Eustace Torres. I met my husband in first grade. We went all, no, we went not all the way. We went all through school together and started dating senior year. We married in 1992. Have 2 beautiful girls and an amazing son-in-law. What I admire about him is that he keeps me grounded and is my best friend.
Oh, yeah. Bonnie and Jeff Greenacre from LaSalle, Ontario, Canada said we were married in Vegas in 1988 at the Candlelight Wedding Chapel. It's where the new Fontainebleau Casino is now. Yeah. We enjoy your show and watch it together every day. Oh, yeah.
I think it's time for a break. It is. We'll be right back.
That's right.
If you want us to read your love story on the air, write into our inbox. Just go to
Bad
our
dancing.
website at livewithkellyandmark.com.
Oh, un plateau de fromage.
Oh, crap. That's a really good gift.
Now we gotta get France something.
Wait, we could use Etsy's new gift mode. Yes. What do the French like?
Cheese.
Anyone?
Cheese. They like cheese.
Brilliant. Done. Don't panic. Do Etsy with gift mode. New on Etsy.
I've been having UTIs for 10 years.
Yes. Take care of your urinary tract infections. Un plateau de fromage. Un plateau de fromage. Oui, oui. Un plateau de fromage.
I take Cunol turmeric because it helps with healthy joints and inflammation support. Cunol, the brand I trust.
As we mentioned before, Live is heading back to Las Vegas. We're doing remotes again since
Vegas, baby. We're doing the shows from the Blue Light Theater at the brand new Fontainebleau, Las Vegas.
That's right, formerly the Candlelight Wedding Chapel.
Oh.
I might add. We are filming February 26th and 27th. If you're going to be in the area, go to our website to reserve your tickets. Even if you're not going to be in the area, you should get there. It's Vegas.
So you got to see the magic in person. You got to see the magic.
Guests include Lionel Richie, Howie Mandel, Cheryl Lee Ralph,
DJ Pauly D and a performance from Steve Aoki and Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Steve Aoki. Steve Aoki.
Steve Aoki.
One of the great things that
You missed it. You missed it here.
I love a burger with aioli.
Steve Aoki. Well, good thing she knows his real name is Aoki. Probably got it from
You're
Lola.
not going to be in the area. You should
probably know that because Lola talked about him sleeping with her.
get there. It's Vegas.
So you got to see the magic in person. You got to see the magic.
Guests include Lionel Richie, Howie Mandel, Cheryl Lee Ralph,
DJ Pauly D and a performance from Steve Aoki and Lil Jon. Or as it's said in the card, Steve Aoki.
One of the great.
Guests include Lionel Richie, Howie Mandel, Shirley Ralph, DJ Pauly D, and a performance from Steve Aoki and Flights Today.
One of the great things that
You missed it. You missed it here.
I love a burger with aioli. See you tomorrow on the table.
Steve Aoki.
Book your flights today and join us is what it says. Okay. Said I'm losing control.
Pauly D and a performance from Steve Aoki and Lil Jon. Or as it's said in the card, Steve Aoki.
One of the great.
one of the great things that
You miss it here, don't you?
I love a burger with aioli. I love a burger with aioli.
Steve Aoli.
One of the great things that
You miss it here, don't you?
I love a burger with aioli.
What are you doing for Valentine's Day? Let me know what you do for VD.
Eyewitness News this morning.
Is it crack?
The View starts live right now. Bowled over. The co-hosts are given their picks of who scored and who fumbled on and off the field. The game-changing commercials, and who Usher was rolling with at the halftime show. Choosing her battles, Nikki Haley fires back after Trump mocks her husband who's serving in the military overseas.
What happened to her husband? Where is he?
It's insulting to military families, and the part that bothers me is he continues to do this.
But did she let him slide when he insulted our military in the past?
He's a war hero because he was captain.
Well, that was just fantastic.
And our strip.
Well, thank you for watching, everyone.
Thank you, weather team.
Yes, look at this. These are 5 people that I will be playing Russian roulette with later on next Valentine's Day, right here on ABC United States. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm supposed to put a shower here. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Paste. No pasting? Do I have anything? Paste, paste, paste? Nope. Okay. Now we have to go here and here, and I cut. I'm going to go to my notepad, and I go here, paste, right, and then I go here, and that's the end of the show. Season 12 episode. I don't even know what the hell episode. What is the episode? It was 112. 112 from February 12th. There you go. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed all of the wonderful humor, and make sure that you understand that this is part of my Netflix deal, and so thank you for liking and disliking. And remember, how can you love each other on Valentine's Day when you do not love yourself? So inject yourself with all the good stuff and love hard things, do hard things, and pop pills and get the tingles and put the tingles all over your golden shower, and the rest is up to you. Just remember, AIDS comes when you eat each other's poo. So start chugging that chocolate milkshake, bitch. I'll see you next time. Make sure to watch